How's it going, you all?
And welcome back to Evros.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is progressing with full speed, and before getting to watch the final 2 episodes, we have a question to you that has been in the center of the episode. The whole world is watching.
Would you take the Super Soldier Serum?
Good becomes great. Bad becomes worse.
Currently, in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the main topic is the issue of super soldiers and many perspectives. Carly Mortango and the Flag Smashers would like to bring the world back to how it was during the blip. We can say that they were happy with what Thanos has done. Less people, more resources. There are people on the opposing side, the world governments who are represented by John Walker, but we don't think that's gonna last long. As the world governments are the established power, they don't want to give up what they feel like is rightfully theirs. Between these two extreme sides, we have all the other perspectives.
Let's start with Sam. He's not happy with the current establishment, but he believes that the way to success is not through violence and murder. We have Zemo and the Winter Soldier next. They agree that the super soldiers are way too dangerous and they have to be stopped. The difference between the two is that Zemo can be more extreme when it comes to the how part of stopping the super soldiers.
We cannot forget about the power broker, who we have no idea about his or her identity. Also, there is the Dora Milaje to eliminate Zemo from the equation. We haven't even mentioned Isaiah, Sarah or Sharon yet. There seems to be way too much complication to solve in only 2 episodes, but we know Marvel has a great plan.
What we will focus on today is how these people and many other characters in the MCU view the Super Soldier Serum. Explain all that we can of it and end with the question, would you take the serum?
The Super Soldier Serum, a chemical solution, was first invented by Dr. Abraham Erskine in Germany. The serum was formulated to enhance the human body. The former leader of Hydra, Johann Schmidt, aka the Red Skull, was impressed by this invention and used it on himself to become a superior being. Of course, the serum wasn't perfected and there were side effects.
Later on, Dr. Erskine traveled to the US and enhanced this formula. With the help of Howard Stark, he started the Project Rebirth. The project was intended to be utilized by the United States Armed Forces during World War II. Steve Rogers was picked to become the Super Soldier. The difference between these experiments compared to Schmidt's is the use of Vita radiation. The serum is injected to Steve with the use of Vita rays, which reduces the side effects and prevents a catastrophic change.
If you were wondering why Steve Rogers is the only person to have an appearance change after the experiments, the reason is because of the use of Vita rays. He has the most unique experiment. After this experiment, all the new ones will have further enhanced serums which won't require the use of Vita rays. The use of Vita rays withdraws way too much energy to be considered efficient.
During World War II, there were no other super soldiers. However, during the Cold War, we get to see a lot more experiments conducted by the US, Soviet Union and Hydra. Hydra's main super soldier was Bucky, the Winter Soldier.
After his fall on a mission during World War II, his body was found by Arnim Zola, who saved Bucky's life whilst making him a weapon for Hydra. Hydra ran more experiments as we saw during Civil War. Those soldiers are more powerful but harder to control due to the enhancement of the serum. The US government was also running their own experiments. We know one of the successful experiments is Isaiah Bradley, and he was used in more covert operations and was cast aside when his services were no longer needed.
After the Cold War, Hydra continued their experiments operating undercover as a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. In 2014, when Captain America, Black Widow, Falcon and more compromised S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra was also compromised. CIA took control of the experiments and continued the work of Hydra.
Dr. Wilfred Nagel was recruited by the CIA, who wished for him to recreate the serum. He is the only person to successfully create the serum after Dr. Erskine. He apparently made 20 and Carly stole all of them and used 8. There were 12 remaining until Zemo destroyed 11. The last one was used by John Walker. 2 Flag Smashers were killed, which means they are down to 6 super soldiers. As Nagel is now dead, the serum is extinct.
This is a brief history of the serum, but we would suggest you to check every Captain America related MCU content to have all the information.
There are currently 9 super soldiers, excluding Steve Rogers, that we know of who are alive. Bucky, John Walker, Isaiah Bradley, Carly, and her 5 friends. We also know Captain America, the Red Skull, and the 6 super soldiers from Civil War. We would like to discuss the stories of these people to answer our question. It would be tempting to use the serum, especially the perfected one, that will make you so much stronger. But when you look at the examples at hand, it is obvious being a super soldier is not much of a delight.
We must start with the perfect example, Steve Rogers. There is no negative comment we can make about Steve Rogers. Not even Zemo was able to say a bad thing other than the fact that he has a little green in the blue of his eyes.
There's a bit of green in the blue of your eyes.
Steve Rogers is as close as a person gets to being perfect. If you are as good as Captain America, then you would be doing the world a pleasure if you take the serum.
However, being good is not enough for you to have an experience like Captain America. Isaiah Bradley seems to have a very positive reaction to the experiments and could be considered a success, but due to the color of his skin, he was not valued as much as Steve Rogers. Isaiah's experience as a super soldier is tragic even though he did nothing wrong and was a brilliant example.
Unfortunately, there aren't many other great examples. Every single experiment of Hydra for a super soldier is intended to be used as a weapon. Even though there hasn't been any successful results other than Bucky, we know how much damage one of them can make.
Bucky's experience as a super soldier was as bad as it gets for himself and anyone who he faced. We can see today that even after he is physically free, his mind is still tormented.
This serum might be what a dictator needs. If Captain America didn't stand against the Red Skull, he would have conquered the world. Johann Schmidt is the standing example that most of the people should not be injected with the serum. The flag smashers are also a great example. Even though they are fighting for a noble cause, the way they are fighting for that cause is unacceptable. And we can say that the reason why they are so destructive is the serum.
John Walker had a personal dilemma about taking the serum. He has been a failure as the new Cap by being overpowered by whoever he stood up against. Flag Smashers, Bucky, Dora Milaje. He knows taking the serum would add to his responsibility, but he wants to be worthy of the shield. John Walker's arrogance clouded his judgment of himself and thought he would be doing the world a favor by using the serum. However, the serum revealed his true identity in the end of the episode.
We must say, we empathized with John Walker in that scene. His best friend was killed and he wanted to take revenge. But we also know that Captain America is better than this.
There are numerous examples in front of our eyes, and there isn't more than one positive outcome. Everyone, given the chance, would want to be smarter, stronger, more agile. But the question is, am I up to the challenge? Can I take the responsibility? We asked our question about the serum in the beginning of the episode, and we ended the way we started.
You can check out our future videos for our answer. Now, leave your answer in the comments down below.
Here it goes. Would you take the Super Soldier Serum?